Caregiving can begin in a lot of different ways. What we see are two most common. One, where there's a crisis, and so there's an incident, a stroke, a fall, something that's kind of catastrophic that happens, and then from that point forward, an individual requires care. In other situations, you might have a family or a loved one that develops a need for caregiving over a period of time. So deterioration that results in the need for additional care, and then the caregiver assumes that role over time. The kinds of transitions that we normally run into are, those crisis moments where it's home to hospital, home to a rehab facility, rehab facility to a nursing home facility, and then sometimes transitioning from a nursing home or rehab back home. And then also individuals moving from their home to the home of a loved one. Those are the most common. And each one of those transitions has its own unique challenges because caregiving changes as the environment in which caregiving is performed it changes. But it's important for people to learn as much as they can, because that caregiving is going to be a journey. And if we have skills in our backpack, some resources that we can take along with us on that caregiving journey, we're going to be more successful, and we're going to be able to provide care for a longer period of time. Caregiving skills that a person might need to learn is probably going to depend on the situation. So caregiving may involve learning a lot of medical information. It may involve learning some new skills on communicating with a doctor or a pharmacist. That may be foreign to an individual. It may be providing that personal care. Maybe they've never had to assist an individual with a shower. There's a skill to helping somebody safely get in and out of the shower, to helping them learn how to do as much as they can for themselves while they're in that shower. And we know from our experiences working with family caregivers that one of the biggest skills that people need to learn is to communicate effectively. And depending on the individual's mental health, their diagnosis, there are some really great resources to learn how to communicate with an individual. No matter where a caregiving journey starts, it's important to have a plan. We make plans before we go on vacation, we make plans before we retire, and caregiving is another situation in our lives where we need to have a plan. We need to think through, what are we going to do in a crisis? What are we going to do if things continue as they are now for the next 10 years? So thinking through what that caregiving journey is going to look like is really important, and there are a lot of professionals and supports folks in the community who can help develop that plan so that the caregiver can continue to provide care for as long as possible.